Hello, hello. Oh my gosh, the echo is pretty bad, isn't it? Ah! Can't do much about it at the moment. I don't even have curtains. That would help, I'm sure. So yeah, once I get curtains, we'll be good. Anyways, you have a new dog. Awesome. I like dogs from a distance. They kind of freak me out otherwise. Like, not in a, like... I just don't want the dog to be bigger than me. Because, like, that freaks me out, because that's, like, it can bite your face off. Most dogs won't, but you know. Anyways, I'm upset, because when I was playing as this guy, I immediately said no, and then, like, we made 0 progress, and I'm hoping that that's not gonna, like, affect my ability to actually complete the game. Yeah. Because we only have 3 people left, and we're only at 33% from these 2. An 8-week-old husky. Her name is Kaya, and she's a little sweetheart. Aww. Huskies are cute. Well, I guess we'll just stick with one that we're on. And her name is Hannah. Hannah? Hannah. Now let's name her after your dog, Kaya. Beautiful. This is your dog personified. How does that make you feel? Also, you'll notice that the chat pops up on the screen, and I'm reacting to what you're saying much quicker. Because I've actually got it so that it's faster, uploady, speedy magic thing. Yeah. It is beautiful. What an amazing journey. I've always... Oh shoot, I should have grabbed a drink. Whatever. What an amazing journey. I've always enjoyed being out on the open waters, and this was really smooth sailing. I almost skipped off the wooden jetty to be greeted by a burly man in a security jacket. ID? I rummage about in my bag until I find the laminated security pass I was issued with on the mainland. Interesting phrasing. There we go, Kaya 1717, because each time it's like 2 months out, I believe. We started with 1, then it was 3, then it was 5, and now it's 7. That makes sense. Yes. Come on then, Skipper, follow me. Alright. Luckily this guy isn't the sociable type, so I can take in the sights without distraction while we whiz along the forest path. They're just walking, I thought. It all looks so lush and green. The boss is in there. Glad to have you on board, Kaya. Shall we just go through a few formalities and then call it a day? That way you can get some rest before you start work properly tomorrow. Sounds good to me, sir. So first, shall we have a little refreshment? That wasn't there before. Also, I hate gin. I tried it the other day, like literally just like 4 days ago or something. I tried gin and I was like, this is awful. No, wait, I think I did try it before that. I don't know. It's really bad. It's just like... What the hell even is gin? It's an alcoholic drink. I don't know how it's made. Oh dear. Did that fall? Yeah, that fell. I kind of just picked up my little foam, sound foam, and I just stuck it up on the window without, like, any support or any, like, anything to stick it to the glass. I just sort of, like, threw it on top of each other, and just, like, half of it just fell down. Gin. What is it? It's flavored with juniper berries. So, yeah. But it basically tastes and smells like a pine tree. Like, just imagine how, like, you get the pine tree sap on your hands. Imagine just, like, licking that, what you think that would taste like, and that's basically gin. Except for it's also alcoholic, so, you know, there's that. Let's go for gin. Gin? For medical purposes. He necks the bottle before handing it to me. Oh my gosh, what the frick? Much better, I find it settles the stomach. Have a try. I held the empty bottle self-consciously as the day is taken up with the procedural stuff. Professor Popper showing me around the island personally. It was nice to get to know him a little bit. He's rather eccentric, but in a nice way. The thing that stands out most is my catalog. This technology is something else. I used it to scan some cats, but it can do so much more than that. The professor was most insistent that I keep it safe, which I intend to. Yeah, I don't really drink alcohol myself. I don't particularly care to drink much alcohol, never really got much feeling in my mouth. Just pop when it goes to my eyes. Why is the designated driver? Yeah, I know, I'm probably going to be the designated driver when I actually start driving. More. I don't have my license, I'm 22. Sadness. But yeah, when I go to bars, I order like the sweetest thing I can, and most of the time it's alright, but yeah, I probably should, I'd like a soda probably just as much, honestly. But I'll try most drinks just to be like, what is it? Oh, I hate this. That's generally how it goes, though. Woo! Non-driving friends! Well, now you drive anyways. I gotta start driving, or, well, I gotta get my license this summer just cause my permit's, like, about to run out. As I'm settling into my tent, I make a discovery that really catches my attention. It's a notebook that was obviously written by my predecessor. They left it under my bed, which is as good an invitation to read it as far as I'm concerned. I think it may be the first draft of a novel. It's not bad either. They certainly have a vivid imagination. There are bizarre stories about talking cats and other island anomalies. They were obviously very inspired by their surroundings. I must say, it's a great read. Imagine if it were true! I laugh at my little fantasy as I snuggle down for first sleep on Cat Island. I sound like a dude! Sometime in the middle of the night, I'm woken by an intruder in my tent. Before my brain can catch up with what's going on, I've leaped from my bed, shouting, "Who's there?" Wow, she's okay. All right, so we've just decided on her personality. She's gonna be hot-headed. She's an angry person. I scramble around for a few seconds before I realize that the notebook has been taken. The next thing I know, I'm running through the forest barefoot, chasing what looks like a cat. This is insane. A wave of nausea rises up in me, and I realize that I've become precariously close to the danger zone. Remembering the warnings in the notebook, I try to turn back. My legs give way under me. I close my eyes tight as I hit the ground. Very angry on like my pupper. Aww. I open my eyes, a calico cat standing in front of me drops the notebook from its mouth. Yep, I pass out. And now they're going to be like, look at its paw! See, it's totally been bitten by the other cats. Oh, the other one's not here, because he's just like, forget you guys, I quit! Or whatever. That's what we did last time. I'm laying on the sand, surrounded by cats looking down at me. Yeah, caught us a live one! Move back, child. Yes, let them breathe. They won't be alive much longer. As my brain begins to defuzz, I realize that this is what I was reading about in a novel. Only it wasn't a novel at all. My stomach tightens to a knot. It was a journal! I focus my eyes and pick out the big marmalade cat. Have I been bitten? Oh, of course you've been bitten. How else would you be able to hear us? This one's an idiot! Oh, I'm gonna fight you. very happy puppy. He loves to snuggle. Aw. Don't be rude. Calico Cat turns to me. You know about being bitten? You read the journal? Most of it. Enough to understand what's happening here, Kara? Enough to know you have a choice to make? Help the kitties? Do not help the kitties. Help the kitties! But no, there is no choice. We have to help each other. Bravo, Kara! So let's cut to the chase. I've already done the chase bit. Hush now. What do you need to know, human? I'm still a bit dazed and in shock. Everything really? At the moment, my catalog starts beeping and tells me I have 50 minutes to get back to the camp and start my first day of work. I have to go. Let me get myself together, we can catch up later. I have a feeling you're going to do well, Kara. The best one yet? Hey, no! No, come on, the other ones were good. Mews was nice. Whatever the other one's name is. Oh, Musette. Musette was nice too. Musette was kind of fun, honestly. It was just bizarre. I'm just about to enter the lab, begin. Oh my gosh. I'm just playing as Musette was just terrifying. This whole game is just hilarious. Oh man. I don't even know what to say. Just don't. Just about to enter the lab to begin my legitimate work when the catalog beeps. It's a message without any contact information. Oh, what? I don't even know. I've had just about enough mystery as a person to handle for one day. If you want to be anonymous, I shall take you. I shall take it. You also don't mind being ignored. There we go. Others are good, especially the grown man romantic. Yes. So, hey, he's a cat too now. The professor is already working when I arrive. I didn't have choices, okay? The professor is already working when I arrive, but I'm not late, so there's no fuss. I get through the day as efficiently as possible and head back to my tent as soon as my work is done. I want to get to grips with finding out all I can. Yeah! Let's go, cat. Extras! Is there any extras? I don't think we have any extras. No, we already did the pirates. Wait. Okay, that's interesting. Made my way down to the part of the beach where Murphy told me the shipwrecks were. I'm looking for clues as to what happened here in case it's useful for my work on the antidote. I don't really know what I'm looking for. I feel a bit like a kid with my bucket and spade digging in the sand. Having fun? The voice startles me. It's unfamiliar and I can't see who it belongs to, so I'm on guard. Who's that? Show yourself. I've nothing to hide, but I am naturally wary of your intentions. Will you give me your word of honor? You mean no harm? Yes, you have my word of honor. 8 empty Coke cans sitting on my dresser. Yeah, that seems like my apartment right now. I have a roommate that's very much so a soda drinker, so there's a lot of soda in the house, and I'm doing my best not to drink massive amounts of it. Working out okay so far. Yes, you have my word of honor. I feel like a Cub Scout. Take you at your word, and I'm happy to make your acquaintance, Captain Corn. It's like the switch to this view is so strange. A tall, sleek, gray cat stepped from behind the shipwreck and is bowing in front of me. Feel obliged to bow back at him. Oh my gosh, I can't breathe. 24 case sitting on the bedroom floor. Bought it. Today, there's only 2 left. Wait. You bought it today and there's only 2 left? Oh no! You didn't drink 22 cans yourself, did you? Oh, please tell me you didn't. Pleased to meet you. Captain, do you live here in the shipwreck, I mean? I think I live elsewhere, but I've been here for a long time. I'm trying to find my crew. I realize he's wearing a vintage naval uniform. Not an expert on military history, but I guess it's from the 1800s. Ah, Captain, did you arrive on one of these ships? Yes, I captained the Kitty Desire, but I fear I let my men down. Where are they? I have been searching. He seems quite disoriented. What happened? Looks like you've had a bit of a run-in. Run-in my eye? Was just set upon and attacked, more like. This disgrace of a vessel is a pirate ship. And there's Captain Libby. Nick drank 5. Oh no. Oh no. Hey Jordan, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. It's in the new apartment. Woo. Yeah, I'm the PC setup is basically all together now. Basically. Got all the consoles like pretty well organized over on the left. I'm pretty happy with it so far. It's coming along pretty well, and I've already done like a bunch of cable management and stuff, so yeah. I'm very easily distracted. Be careful you're calling names, Corin. They might just take umbrage, and then the cat really will have your tongue. Another cat has appeared, petite, long-haired tabby, also dressed in some kind of costume. Identify yourself, stranger. The new cat has turned to me. Hello, my name is Kaya, and this is Captain. I know who he is, alright? What are you doing in my domain, Kaya? State your business. I was just digging around, not sure what for. I certainly didn't know it was your domain. It's not. This is unclaimed land as of yet. I dispute that the ownership belongs to this rogue and cutthroat. Hang on. Let's not get overexcited. Who's a rogue? That's not a nice thing to say about a fellow cat. Don't put me in the same sentence as that mercenary ne'er-do-well. She is a pirate. Calm yourself, Corny. Right now, I'm more interested in what this human is digging for. Oh, nothing in particular. Are you really a pirate? I refuse to discuss my business in company of this pompous goody two-paws. If you wish to speak with me, you'll need to see me alone. As she walks off with her tail in the air. Thank goodness that vermin has left us. Or she does have a point. If you wish to discover what really happened here, you're going to have to make a choice. Her story or mine. I want to hear Captain Corn's story because I already heard her story. Yeah. Glad we're on the same page, Vib. What is this music choice? What is this music choice? Hello, Troy. Welcome. But seriously, what? Well, as Captain Libby seems to have disappeared, my choice is obvious. Would you tell me your story, Captain Corn? A wise choice in any event. Take a seat if you will. My story is a long one. Oh, I do need to be back in time for tea. Then I shall hasten the telling. It began on a merchant run for the Kitty Fisher Ship Co. I've been contracted to the company for some time, and I've done this particular run many times before. A little smirk. There's nothing in it that's very taxing for a captain in my experience, particularly manned with crew to the standard of the men I'd personally handpicked for sailing the Kitty Desire. Although the route was long, it was also straightforward. I never anticipated problems. Please help. This soundtrack is totally clashing right now. However, this trip proved to be out of the ordinary in many ways. The weather was against us from the start. Freak storms had been plaguing a normally peaceful sea, and several ships had reported being taken quite far off their usual trajectory. This day was proving to be a lighter. The men were doing everything by the book, as I would have expected from my crew, tying down and battening the hatches. There was no point in being on deck, so I decided to write my log in my cabin. First I knew of anything irregular was almighty crash that sent us reeling. I gathered myself and made my way to the deck, being buffeted and blown to what I needed to hold on tight to whatever was available. Corn's face. Yeah, this smirk is kind of interesting. Sam, my cabin boy, was the first crew member I came by. I could barely hear him above the sound of the storm. Random human, okay. Pirates, Captain, pirates! I could hardly believe my ears. We haven't had pirates on this route in all of my time as captain. Far too vicious a challenge. The first thought was that they must be as much at the mercy of the storm as we, but that assumption was quickly dispelled by the shout, "Pirates boarding! Pirates boarding!" What is this face? It was unthinkable. I needed to control this situation as quickly as possible. I drew my musket as I emerged on deck. The awful sight of human vermin turning out in the rain, crashing waves, trying to overwhelm my crew and get the upper hand. I could see their vessel listing perilously close to ours, and on the bridge, the unmistakable figure of that she-devil. Captain Livy? The Witch of the Waves, Captain Livy indeed! I stood my ground, holding on to the main mast and pointing my musket in her direction. I could not hear her laughter for the din of the storm, but I saw her head throw back and her wild hair fly in the wind as she grabbed the cutlass at her hip and raised it high into the air in defiance. It was at that moment I saw the wall of water rise up behind her, as though summoned by her. It was the last thing I saw. It was the terrible sound, as though the very gates of hell were torn open. I was struck to the deck and blackness fell. Dang. Ah, that was what made the huge hole in the stern. Yes, we came apart on impact and the whole ship was goner. I don't know how long we had been in the water. When I regained consciousness, the waters were calmer, and we were drifting on a piece of wood towards a wall of black rock. Sam seemed to be holding me as I floated in the water. Captain, you're alive! I didn't dare hope. What happened, boy? We crashed. His face! This frickin' face is not appropriate. Like, not appropriate for the situation. It's just like, it's wrong. It's so... It's... Oh, no. His face is so creepy. Just... That's not a look of worry. That's not a look of worry. We crashed. The pirates' scum rammed into us with such force that I fear all are dead but us. As I gathered my thoughts, I realized I could hear others moaning and crying out all around us. We're not alone, Sam. Listen, there are others. Help me up. Between us, we managed to get onto our makeshift raft. I sat up and looked around, taking stock of the utter carnage, but there were men, many of them, clinging onto whatever was floating, keeping themselves from sinking down into a watery grave. There's one can left in the case, oh dear. I tried to make myself heard as far as possible. Men! We need to stay together! Try to hold on to each other to stop yourselves from drifting. You're gonna lead us towards the land. You have to get to those rocks. Use whatever you can to paddle. Follow me. You're a hero, Captain. Yes, it was laborious, but just fully accepting. Alrighty. We made progress and eventually reached what appeared to be an opening in the rocks. As we stumbled to land, the gravity of our plate became more apparent. Help the wounded, pull whatever you can from the water. Anything may prove useful. We don't know what's ahead. What about the pirates? We were all in together. There was no place for the contention. Survival is a greater leveler. Is a great leveler. Okay, there we go. So we all helped each other out as best we could. We found our resting place where you live now. Base camp? But of course. There were no costly... There were no... Oh my gosh. There were no cozy tents or fire pits to keep us warm. It must have been terrifying. There we go. Thank you. One tries not to indulge one's own fears when looking out for one's men. We managed to make a rudimentary camp for ourselves in a surprisingly short time, considering the condition of the men. Each did what they could, tending to the wounded, building fires. Food Food was primary consideration. If the men didn't eat, it would very quickly deteriorate. So hunting parties were put together and sent out to scout for food sources. One made up of pirate scum, the other my best men. Sadly, neither gang was successful, bringing only some unfamiliar tubers and plants that were boiled up to make a soup. I knew we could not continue for long, living on grass and seaweed. Men need meat. Became ever more determined and over the coming days, sent out scouting parties in pairs throughout the day and night. Each told the same story, no animal life at all except for cats. We already knew that there was a population of very ordinary looking domestic cats living all over the island, but as the men forged further ahead, they came back with tales of very different species of felines on the furthest end of the island. They were larger than usual, very hostile to those who came close. It wasn't long before the pirates began trapping cats and treating them as food source. Some of the men were bitten and scratched. It was unthinkable to an officer or a gentleman, of course, but these barbarians didn't seem to care what went into their bellies. They paid the price, of course, and quite quickly too. The sickness ran through their ranks so I can't read. So expediently that their numbers were halved within days. Most flung themselves from the rocks to... Whoa, okay. Most flung themselves from the rocks to escape their deaths, to escape the hideous... like the cat visited upon them. Some wandered off into the jungle, never to be seen again. I remember one lad, a pirate named Jim, lost his wits and began drawing strange pictures in the sand of half men, half cats. He tried to escape by launching out to sea strapped to an empty barrel. No doubt he perished along with the others. Captain, you refused to eat the cats. How is it that you are, the way that you are? I don't remember too much about the transition, nor anything else apart from what I've been told. I know I was bitten, but I can't remember how. Do you know what happened to me? He looks so small and vulnerable. I just want to cuddle him. I maintain a respectful demeanor. I suppose you were all overwhelmed eventually. My understanding so far is that the process is different in each person depending on the amount of DNA that was transferred. The outcome, however, seems always to be the same. You turn into a cat. Yes, I see, of course. I know that. But what of my men? Why can I not remember? My guess is that you and Captain Livy have stayed close? Yes, we seem forever to be tied in spite of our differences. And you must have continued to talk about what happened, your story? The woman never stops telling me. That memory has stayed alive. Anything you haven't deliberately kept conscious fades over time until you lose it completely. I see. I'm sorry, Captain. Oh, then I suppose I ought to go and find that wretched hag of a cat and listen to her story yet again. Tell each other often, keep it alive. I promise help is coming. I'm working on it. I need to go now, but I will be back soon. It breaks my heart to leave these two, but I have to get back to camp before the professor starts looking for me. I'm gonna go get a drink now. Achievement unlocked, pirates! Hey, that didn't even use a thingy. Nice. Who are our options? Oh wow, we got 3 options. What is this? What is this? Ah! I don't want. I like Trixie, so I don't want to date Trixie yet. On one of these two, Gibbles or Floofy Butt. I'm not sure which. Viv, do you want to decide for me? Do a recon first. Okay. Looks like we got a couple of recon already. Floofy Butt, huh? You want to romance Floofy Butt? This guy? Okay. Sure, I guess we'll romance Floofy Butt then. But yes, first is recon. I want to do recon 2. And a shipment of supplies delivered, and I have to help get it all unloaded. Maybe I can get some info while I'm there. Sure. Probing the workers. Been asked to help with the loading and unloading of supplies today. This suits me because I've been itching for the chance of talking to the ferryman and his son. I'm curious to see if they have any useful bits of info that might help me in my quest to find out the real story of this island. Boat only comes once a week, and every other weekend. The weekend deliveries are all the good things, food, mail, treats, etc. The mood is always lighthearted. These midweek trips, on the other hand, are strictly work-related and tend to be very early morning when we're all a bit grumpy, or late at night when we're all overtired. Today it's so early the light has only just broken. Zane and I are waiting down at the jetty. They're late. Really? It's only been 5 minutes. Bob's never late. Must be quite a long trip though to the mainland. You'd expect at least 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes either way. Bob's never late. I remember that Zane's isn't one for chit-chat, so I keep quiet and wait. Thankfully it isn't long. I can hear the sound of the boat's engine before I see it, since the morning mist hasn't been burned off by the sun yet. Zane straightens up, and suddenly there they are, emerging from the mist like a ghost ship. And then it's here. I've been doing this so long that it only takes them They've been doing this so long that it only takes them minutes to dock and tie off before we're stepping aboard. Right? Right. Another man, a few words. I nod to Bob's son, Joe, and he nods back. I'd guess we're the same age. But he's huge! He doesn't look very huge. Problems? A few extra crates held us up 5 minutes. Okay, me and Bob will do the shipping, you two do the stacking. Till we come back with the outgoing, you stay aboard and sort out the incoming. Got that, Brainy? He looks at me, Brainy? I'm totally excited that Zane has given me a nickname, but a little crushed that the nickname is Brainy. Zane's main picture is way chubbier than the character. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I think this is supposed to be like more expression-y, and this is just like a bigger image, so like I don't know which one to go off of as being like, you know, quote unquote more canon. I don't think that's really a thing, more or less canon, but like I think that these are supposed to be more so what they look like down here, because like some of them, especially the cats, look very different. No, wait, no, I think it's more supposed to be this one now that I'm thinking about it more, because down here they're all kind of similar, at least for the cats anyways. They're similar down here, and then up here they're more distinct. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Never mind, I don't know what I'm talking about. Sure, you can bring him, we'll fling him. I see I'm the only one grinning like a fool. Joe knows what to do, you do as you're told. Ouch. You're gone before I can say anything else. Joe had already started loading up the dolly with incoming crates. He's clearly an old hand at this. You look like you've been doing this your whole life. Family business? Move those crates there, they need to go off next. He sidesteps my question, but I'm not sure if it's deliberate, so I try a different tack. You don't go to college then, Joe? Nope. Not getting anywhere with this, so I changed to something less personal. Zane said you're never late, which is pretty impressive considering how far you have to come. This is like pulling teeth. How far is it exactly? Quite far. Oh really? And do you stop anywhere else en route? Or are we your only drop-off? And suddenly Joe has stopped what he's doing and is standing toe-to-toe with me, locked onto my eyes so that I can't look away. You have a lot of questions in you. My suggestion would be to keep them there on the inside. Don't do no good poking your nose into other people's business. I'm shocked by his bluntness. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I was just making small talk. You live with all them cats. Learn from them. Jeez, alright, Joe. Joe is a shady dude. Joe is a sassy dude. Mr. Sassy over here. I don't know. My heart beats faster. I think he's gonna tell me something. What? All cats know. Curiosity kills them. He starts to laugh out loud. I just stand with my mouth open, not sure how to respond. What's the matter? Cat got your oh no! I don't even know what to think! What is even happening? Purrfect is the shady one, yeah. He laughs even harder. I'm feeling creeped out and really relieved to hear the two older men returning. Everything alright here? They have the crates to be loaded onto the boat. What's up with you, Brainy? You look a bit wobbly. I got your sea legs yet? We were playing cat and mouse, Dad. Bob turns sharply to his son and shuts him up with a look. You don't have to mind him. You don't mean no harm, but take what he says with a pinch of salt. I see a look pass between them and Zane, and get the feeling there's a lot more going on here than I understand. These jokes are so bad. You need to get back now, Brainy. We can take it from here. I wanted to ask to stay, but given other chances... another chance, but all three men are looking at me and I just turn and slink away. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. That's fine. Uh-huh. Let's do a bit of research. Research 2. Wait. Oh, that's research 11. I was thinking it was Roman numeral 2. No, it's 11. Let's do research 1 and 2, because you know that. I don't know why we just now got those. The professor has assigned me to work on a special subject. I wonder what he means by that. Ooh! Ooh! What could he mean? Kai, I have a very important job for you today. It's quite a tricky one. You've proven yourself to be very capable, and I'm certain you can handle it. Follow me. I have a little lady I'd like you to meet. I'm not entirely sure. I think we were trying to get info, but like the only info I really gathered from that was that they're all shady as frick. There's something going on and it's freaking me out. Okay, maybe not freaking me out, but it's weird. The professor leads me to the research lab in the forest, but instead of going in, he takes me to an area around the back. Ooh! Ooh! Woo! Remember we actually saw this on the dating screen. It was locked off. This is our brave little nugget, Ravenpaw. She has to be isolated over here, don't you, Missy? The professor reaches into the cage, which is stood on the table, and picks up the tiny black cat that's sleeping inside. She's got different color eyes. Such a good girl, aren't you? I keep her here away from the others because the poor thing is very unwell. Can you see this nasty rash? Professor Purrfect holds out one of the cat's paws for me to inspect. It's red and swollen. Ravenpaw looks at me with her big, watery eyes, one blue, one brown. They're probably watering because of the medication she's on. It makes her look as if she's pleading with me. She doesn't seem to be able to eat without assistance either, poor thing. We've been treating her as best we can, but I'm not sure if she'll make it. Perhaps not even to the end of the week. Oh. The echo sounds better than the other day. Strange. I haven't really changed much. I will address it more in the future, of course. Professor lets out a sad sigh. I have my fingers crossed, though. We don't give up on any of these. Oh, come to think of it. I can open the door and that'll help a little bit too, because nobody else is in the apartment. That sounds good. I got one of those essential oil diffusers, and opening the door, it just like it brought the air in. That's nice. I have my fingers crossed though. We don't give up on any of these cats, do we, Ravenpaw? No, we don't. We're going to try and get you all better. She's such a pretty cat. Her eyes are enchanting, aren't they? She's a very pretty cat indeed. And she knows it too. You can tell. You know... You know what a pretty thing you are, don't you? I reach out to stroke Ravenpaw, but she stretches away from my hand. Ah, she gets cranky. I think we've kept Grumpy Pants here awake for long enough. He puts her gently back into the cage and locks it. Ravenpaw seems to fall asleep instantly. I hope I didn't distress her. Of course not, Kaya. She's usually very wary of humans before she gets to know them. When I first found the poor thing on the beach, she almost scratched my eyes out, in spite of the terrible, frail state she was in. The professor smiles at the memory. Such a little trooper. She was half dead at first. She's gotten a lot better since then. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see her pull through this. I do hope so, Professor. Quite. Now the reason I've brought you here is because, regrettably, I won't be able to see Ravenpaw personally any longer. It's pity as she's so used to me now, but there's nothing for it. I have been given an extra workload recently and I need to share out a few of my odd jobs to accommodate it. I thought you'd be the ideal person to look after Ravenpaw for me. I'm taken aback by that the professor has trusted me with such responsibility. It's quite flattering, until I remember that he doesn't have much choice, me being the only assistant on the island. Every day she requires a change of dressing, a dose of medication, some cream rubbed into her rash, and a syringe full of some nutrient milk. This can be quite distressing for her, so I'd like someone with a nice, pleasant manner to take over for me. Would you be interested, Kaya? Of course, sir. I'd love to help out in any way I can. That's what I'm here for. Oh, splendid. I am so glad. I think you and Ravenpaw will get along famously before too long. She has such a sweet nature. There we go. I look forward to it, sir. Could you start now? Oh, of course. Tip-top. I shall be in the lab if you need me for anything. Please don't be afraid to give me a shout. I'm terribly sorry to burden you with this so suddenly, but I have such a lot of work to do right now. Okay, Professor. I feel a little apprehended as I watch Professor Pawpern retreat into the lab. I didn't realize I'd be expected to do everything right now without training or anything. I remind myself that this isn't like an ordinary lab back home. I must try to adapt to the, what? Many things are done here. Whatever. I take a deep breath. Change your dressing. I can do that. Hello, pretty kitty. I'm very sorry, but I have to disturb you. The small cat lets out a sad mew as I lift her out of the cage. I know, life is unfair. Now where are your dressings? I put Ravenpaw next to the cage on the table. She lays down compliantly. She obviously knows the routine. She has a large bandage on the side of her ribs. I begin to gently remove it, trying hard not to pull on her skin too much. Higgly piggly. What is that supposed to mean? I don't know. Higgly piggledy. Piggledy? Higgledy piggledy. I don't know what that means, but like I can gather the meaning from the phrasing and everything, like the context clues, but like, nah. I suppose we're gonna be doing this every day. We might as well get to know each other, right? So, hello, my name's Kaya. I'm quite new here. I know your name already, Ravenpaw. Nice name. I bet the professor named you. He certainly knows how to pick 'em, doesn't he? The cat tenses as I remove the last of the plaster and reveal a scar on a patch of bare skin where the professor has shaved her for surgery. Oh dear, that scar looks very tender. I should clean it. Is that right, Ravenpaw? Let me look. There are some drawers under the table and I quickly find some antiseptic gel and cotton pads. Now, Ravenpaw, I'm gonna level with you. This is going to sting a bit, but please, don't take it out on me. I'm doing this for your own good, okay? Trust me, you do not want the scar to become infected. That would be disastrous. You can't even begin to say it. Fair enough. The cat stays perfectly still while I wipe at her scar. It doesn't seem to make a sound. I have to say, I'm impressed. In the middle of this quieted. Wow, you are a brave girl, aren't you? Well done. When I was a child, I cut my arm on some thorns and had some antiseptic put on it. As I remember, I screamed the house down. I carefully put on a clean bandage trying hard not to stick it to her fur. I suppose the medication comes next, doesn't it? What do we have here? I look through the drawers and find a box of pre-filled syringes labeled catatonic. Oh, I presumed you'd be taking tablets, but of course the professor said you're having trouble with solids, aren't you? Poor thing. Okay, same thing as last time. Don't shoot the injector. I hold the skin on the back of Ravenpaw's neck tight and go to inject it quickly to get it over with. The syringe is stiff and it takes a lot longer than I'd expected. Again, the little cat makes no response. Doesn't move a muscle, almost as if she can't feel it. Oh, good girl. Gosh, you're so tough. You know, I bet you and McMurphy would get on like a house on fire. Really? Grandpa's ears prick up as if she's heard a rattlesnake. McMurphy is one of the coolest people I meet. I was a little wary at first, but he has that Irish charm that's so hard to resist. Tiny Cat's head spins to look up at me. How do you know he's Irish? My heart lurches into my throat. Have you got it? You have it, haven't you? You're sick. You've got the sickness. I have a million questions running through my head. I am unable to speak. Listen to me, human. You must help me. I suddenly jolt to my senses. Ooh. This is interesting. I'm trying to help you, Ravenpaw. Please, don't use the cream on me. It burns. It has given me these red patches. I know it hurts, but I have to rub it into your wounds. Those red patches will get dry and itchy, even infected otherwise. No, please, I beg you, human. That stuff doesn't help. It doesn't. It hurts. I know it feels that way, but it's helping you, I promise. The professor has been caring for you so thoroughly since he found you. I'd get the sack if your treatment went downhill. That man has only ever hurt me. I'm taken aback. The professor cares for you very much and only wants you to get better. Ugh. Continue with the treatment and not distress Pauper, or stop the treatment to get more info. Well, we'll probably get more info out of her that way, and also it's the right thing to do. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the right thing to do since, well, I mean, he's only ever hurt me. Probably does mean what we're thinking. It means stop the treatment. Okay, I've taken a big leap here. I'm gonna give you 5 days without this cream. If I see any deterioration in your condition, it's back to a strict regime for you, Missy. No complaints, deal? Thank you, human. Achievement unlocked, secret desires. It says it right here, but you can't see it. You've unlocked research 3. Ooh. I kind of want to do more research, but I can't because that would. Wait. Ah! I'm sorry. It popped up, so I had to turn the screen a little bit. Oh, they're dark. Okay. Let's do a recon and then we'll rest. Recon 6. Oh, okay. Just this one has this. I can't stop thinking about those important, fragrant pink letters Zane mentioned. I've got to get my hands on one. Run through the scene one more time. I know it by heart, but I'm all nerves. I've been watching long enough to be sure that the routine is just like clockwork. No deviations. Well, apart from one. I've made that work for me. So the boat arrives at 1300 hours. Zane, always alone, talks to the older man, Bob, who hands over the post, while the younger of the two, Joe, loads up the dolly with boxes of supplies. Zane puts the envelopes, never more than 3, into the breast pocket of his jacket. That solves the mystery of why he's always overdresses whenever the boat comes in. He then wheels the dolly to the mess tents and unloads food supplies, then to the lab and unloads medical supplies, then to the storage hut where he unloads the remaining packages and leaves the dolly. Next he goes to Purrfect's tent. If the professor is in, he hands over 2 of the envelopes, keeping the third, his puzzler, in his jacket pocket. If, however, the professor isn't in his tent, Zane makes his way back to his chair on the dock, drapes his jacket over the back of it, and spends the afternoon on his puzzles before going back again in the evening to deliver the professor's mail. He never lets the envelope out of his jacket pocket or the jacket out of his sight, so my only opportunity would be to pickpocket the security guard when he takes off his jacket. That relies on Professor Purrfect not being in his tent. Luckily, I have ensured, with the help of my feline friends, that the professor will be held up during his out-of-grounds inspections. Pickpocketing a security guard sounds like a bad idea. Usually, Purrfect just meanders about the inner perimeter of the base camp and checks that all is well. Most days everything is, but today Kibbles and Trixies have been staging a little rumpus that will engage him for just long enough to miss Zane's delivery. He is, of course, sat in his usual place, jacket draped over his chair. Hi there, Zane. 128. I suppose we're on first name terms now. A little something for you. Zane frowns, but does not look at me. His eyes are instead, where they always are, on his crossword. I've made you a puzzle. He eyes me skeptically. The crossword, to be exact, is pretty tricky if I do say so myself. Create the puzzle using all of the cat's general knowledge. Major and McMurphy thought of some particularly treasonous teasers, while Kibble and Trixie offered some great obscure pop culture questions. Snoopy was mostly just trying to get the cat treats out of my pocket. I hand the paper to Zane, who is still frowning. This takes a whale of a time. Is this a joke? Oh, it gets harder. Zane peers over the crossword. Why did you make this for me? Well, you know how bored I get, and I like you, Zane. Zane breaks into the first smile at Cino in his face. Oh, I feel bad that we're pickpocketing him now, because he's actually genuinely like, wow, this is the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me, sort of feeling. First smile at Cino in his face, though small and slightly uncomfortable looking. I don't have anything for you. Yes, he's warming to me. This plan is going spiffingly. Oh, don't worry about that. All I want is for you to complete it. Make my hands into heart shape while Zane is distracted. I feel stupid, but McMurphy insisted that that would be my signal for him to strike. Sure enough, along he slinks, cool as anything. He winds his feline body between Zane's legs unnoticed. Zane's tongue is now sticking out. His shoulders are hunched in concentration. You stuck already? I started to look at McMurphy to get ready to make his move. He throws me a disconcerting wink. It's not that hard. Just this one about the archetypal counterpart to EV Ray. The idea. Oh yes, that's quite niche. Thanks for that one, Kills. While I engage Zane, I can see that. Oh, that was the Fusroda thing, wasn't it? Oh my gosh. That's what that was. While I engage Zane, I can see that McMurphy has already reached up, as though stretching against the chair, nudged his nose into the inside breast pocket of the jacket. Oh shoot! Get out of there! I see McMurphy scamper off and my heart sinks. Anyway, I'll check back later to see how you're getting on with it. Zane grunts in response. I walk back dejectedly to where McMurphy and I had agreed to meet after our mission was over. Suddenly, my spirits lift at the sight of a little pink corner peeking out from under the desired rock. Designated rock, probably. McMurphy, you're a star. There's no end to my talents. I snatch up the envelope, say goodbye to McMurphy, and head to the privacy of my tent. I examine my trophy while the kettle boils. I'm touched by the pretty pink envelope and delicate fragrance and feel suddenly embarrassed. Am I prying into the professor's love life? It has gotten into me getting notions of secret going-ons and subterfuge. I'm about to put the letter back when I'm overwhelmed by curiosity. I wonder who the professor's secret love could be. What are they like? Like woman? Man? Other? Before I can contain myself, I have steamed open the flap and am peeking inside. It's not what I expected. My previous suspicion come flooding back. This paper is in stark contrast to the pretty pink wrapping. It is a typed message on white paper. Seville, I have been informed of your latest subject. I'd rather hear about such things from you personally. It would not be wise to take my silence for authorization. Please keep this in mind for future transactions. I will let this indiscretion slide, but if it were ever repeated, I will have no choice but to deal with you the way I dealt with 1, 2, 4. As for the project, case study number 6 is aesthetic. Please act accordingly. B103 has been unsuccessful. Avoid any further investigation. Lab 09 has received the newest batch protocol to begin on the 8th. Finally, I trust your new assistant has arrived and is proving to be more helpful than the previous one. We seem to have had a run of bad luck in that particular area. As you know, I do not abide bad luck and will expect a reversal of the fortune post-haste. Faithfully yours, 7. That was kind of hard to read, but interesting. Their name is just 7. Hey, 37.5%. Welcome back. Had to give Kaya her puppy vitamins and flea medicine. Seems like good things to do. I waited until you got back before clicking on romance. Oop, you're looking a little tired. Geez, you should rest first. But yeah, but yeah, so Ravenpaw, we met Ravenpaw, which was a cat that was being held behind one of the tents, and like it was interesting because the professor is like, yeah, so this is Ravenpaw, you need to take care of her, put on this cream and stuff, and yeah, and then she's like, that man has only ever hurt me, and it's like, so yeah. And also, she showed up on the romance screen. She's locked off, but she's on there, so that's interesting. Now let me see. Is that everything I need? Or refer to my mom's recipe. Anna's original granola. Oh, come on, just granola? Oh, come on, just granola? Fine. This is one detailed granola. Alright. Oh wait, did I forget to order coconut? Orange bat in my supply box that arrived this morning until my hands find the bag they're searching for. Phew. Coconut shavings are a necessity. Wait, even if I had forgotten them, I'm on an island with abundance of fresh coconuts. Still getting used to the island life. I set the oven to 150 and leave it to heat up while I measure out the rolled oats. I have quadrupled the quantities so that hopefully it will last the whole summer. It seems fast compared to how much I make at home, but would be disastrous if I ran out, apparently. Right, yeah. She talked to us. She said that he's a bad man. Well, specifically she said he's only ever hurt me, and then we didn't give her her full treatment as a result. We decided it was like a choice. Homemade granola is absolute essential, and I mix the dry ingredients, blah blah blah, large bowl, and then I add the wet, blah blah blah. Added more of the splash of oil than suggested. The mixture was feeling a bit drier than usual. Spread it evenly on a baking tray, and then bake it. The smell already drives me crazy. Toasty, warm, homey. I miss my mom. Aww. Yeah, it's been, yeah. And also mum. They use Celsius. Yep. All the things. And they say mum, yes. Alright, so we made some granola on our rest day. That's good. Granola's good. Romance. So yeah, you can see Ravenpaw's name is there, but you can't click on it. Floofy butt. All right, floofy butt. I'm not sure what to expect. I've come to the forest with Floofy Butt for what I assume would be a pleasant way to spend my afternoon of work, but I have now discovered that his billing is as an informative afternoon of instruction and practical participation. That sounds suspiciously like a lecture to me. Oh well, as Professor Poppern would say, a scientist must keep an open mind. This is something I would normally do alone, but you strike me as a like-minded soul, interested in both astronomy and atomic pressures. Okay. I don't know if I should be concerned. Perhaps now would be a good time to lay down the blanket I asked you to bring. We don't want to put that tender skin of yours under duress. I should mention that my Seal Point Siamese cat is going to have kittens. Oh my goodness! Wow, that's pretty crazy. You gonna take her to the vet for that and all that, or are you gonna like have them at home, or you got a plan? I can't remember. Do you live on a farm or something? You got a lot of animals. Or no, I guess just so far there's a cat. And no, you have two cats, right? Two Siamese? It's hard to keep track of everybody, I must say. I lay the blanket on the ground awkwardly and wonder where he's going with this. Relax, Kaya. This doesn't usually take very long. Suddenly without warning, there's a loud plop as a bird plummets out of the sky onto the blanket. Told you so. Oh my, it's dead. As a doornail. What happened to it? Just the force field, of course. Now, enough foolish questions, Kaya. Let's get started, shall we? It's like the lectures from my uni. What exactly are we doing here, Floofy Butt? I told you, don't use that ridiculous name. I prefer Major, if you please. I have my home. Guess it'd be better for her to be in a familiar place. Fair enough. What exactly are we doing here, Major? This is my little surprise. I'm a bird. Oh, and you fancy your bird's dead? Quite! All the better to practice my other pursuit. I know I'm gonna regret this, but what other pursuit would that be, Major? Self-taught pathologist? You mean as in post-mortem? Somewhat rudimentary, don't you know, but I now find my way around the innards of an average seagull with remarkable dexterity. As well, whatever floats your boat. I'm interested in crossword puzzles myself. Not everyone's cup of tea, but if God tries one afternoon. Okay, back to the task at hand, Kaya. I shall now begin the autopsy. Oh my gosh. Keep your wits about you. There will be questions at the end. Aha, I knew this was a lecture. Leave what hangs out a razor sharp claw and begins going to town on the bird. What the heck is happening? No! Why? Incision from sternum to base. Oh my gosh, why have you done this to me, Bib? Why are we dating this man? This cat man. Our first examination, this gun begins to be difficult. I note there's no break in the neck, indicating that the force field rather than the fall killed the bird. I feel rather queasy. Oh, really? Yes, point of interest. Sometimes the initial zap the bird receives from flying into the force field nearly stuns them, and it is the impact fall which provides the fatal blow. This chap, however, appears to have suffered cardiac arrest. You can see from the size or lack thereof of the heart that even a minor jolt could be enough to induce seizure. I remove the tiny organ. Major now begins digging around inside the carcass as though rummaging another lucky dip. Now removing entrails further examination. Oh, get a better look. It's rather revealing. I can see something in the stomach sac. Stomach sac? Looks like... Oh my, it's gold. Our lucky day. Here, have a look. It's some kind of nugget. Oh, no thank you, Major. I'm not in the mood for playing with the contents of a seagull's stomach. Don't be ridiculous. This is not a game, Kyle. May I remind you that you're in the middle of a very serious post-mortem and I expect you as my assistant to maintain professionalism. The stomach is doing flip sides. I hold the object between thumb and forefinger. What is this thing? It's so small, it kind of looks like a... Yes, it's a tooth. Major, it's a gold tooth. Ah, good find. You're a natural. Can't help but wonder why a seagull would have a gold tooth in its stomach. Presumably, Major, this is from the mouth of a human. I think you're probably right. So how to get in this seagull? What is happening? I would like to know that as well, Battle Sheep. We're on a date with this cat called Floofy Butt, who prefers to be called Major. And he's dissecting a bird. I don't know why this is happening. Just tell me when it's over, I will. Okay, sure. Yeah, don't look at the screen. When inquiring mind, you would make an excellent apprentice. If you like, I could pass it on to you, the skills I have acquired. That would be feather in your cap, eh? Tie myself to the fact that he's not going to be drawn into speculation. Okay, well I'll bear that in mind, Major. Can I say I hate Flippy, but this was your idea, Viv. You said date him. Oh my gosh, I'm just like, what the frick? I don't have the heart to tell him that I came top of my class at veterinary surgery. And now, to the victor, the spoils. Don't be shy, I've already carried. Oh gosh, do you mean? Of course, again, we won't stand on ceremony here, it's good one too, plenty of fat. Now he's saying, eat the bird! Do I really want to eat raw seagull, carved up by cat, on the forest floor? No! The choices are tuck in or make excuses. We're gonna make some excuses! There's no way that's going to happen. I don't want to hurt his feelings, but equally, I can't afford to be laid up with the salmonella poisoning through people pleasing. Cat pleasing, even. Don't put this on me, Mews. How was I supposed to know that Floofy Butt had a role in Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I'm putting it all on you. I want none of this. Oh no, silly me. I didn't realize we'd be having lunch and I ate before we came out here. Well, just a taste then. Oh, Major, tempting though it looks, I simply couldn't touch a single bite. Nonsense, Kaya, I insist. I would feel a very poor host indeed if my guest refuses my hospitality. Oh no, this is... You are to blame! I blame you completely! Oh no, this is gonna be harder than I thought. Flippy Butt standing in front of me. Seeing what looks like a tiny liver on the palm of his paw. I need to think past. Oh, that's my catalog. I can't hear anything. It's on vibrate. Professor is calling. What bad timing. Can you believe it? I'm gonna have to head off. But our feast. That face he just made. You listened to me! Yes, I did, Viv. Don't worry, I'll never have it again. Oh gosh. Oh dear. Such a shame. So sorry. Please do go on ahead without me. Oh, another time then? No, Floofy Butt. No. I'm tempted to make excuses, but notice the eager look on his little face and feel a pull on my heartstrings. Oh yes, without a doubt, another time. No! Then I toast to our health. Major pops the liver into his mouth and starts cat chewing in a very unattractive way. I realize I'm staring and catch myself. Enjoy, bon appetit, bye! I make a swift and graceless retreat. I need to rethink things about my choices. Alright then. Well, if I click romance, we're stuck. We don't have a choice. We have to date Floofy Butt now. These other two are heartbroken, and Ravenpaw is still locked off. Help. I'll have to reach to tag some cats. Despite their small size, these kitties eat like horses. I'm sure I can handle it though. This is horrifying. Let's go do a recon. Let's go do a recon instead. There we go. Recon 8. I got to focus on finding an antidote. It's time to run some tests on myself and get things moving faster. I'm running out of time. Oh my god, I'm dying inside. I've been devoting all the time I can spare to work on an antidote for the catification process. Although it's not an entire failure, progress is slow, and I'm concerned that I may be running out of time. It's time I did some more tests on myself to record how the virus is progressing in me, and what effects it's having on my body. That should give me some ideas on how much time I have left before it becomes too difficult to hide the problem from other people. I'm sneaking around in the middle of the night because I can't risk getting found out by the Professor Popper or the Marigolds. The only person likely to catch up on what I'm doing at this hour is Zane, the security guard, and I'm confident he won't have a clue what any of this stuff means. Why, Floofy Butt? Why? Oh, jeez. I start by taking my own blood. Never an easy thing, but trying to get a vein when you're also trying to not look is very tricky indeed. It takes several missed stabs before I get it right. Nice. Why didn't you just take it from the finger? I guess she needs a lot of blood. And I take as much as I desire without making myself feel woozy. I take saliva swabs from the inside of my mouth, inside my nostrils, in my ears, and finally from my groin area. I seal each swab in a tube and label them 007 corny. 007. Corny, I know, but it makes me smile. I'm also pretty certain no one will pay much attention to numbers. Everything is numbered around here, so you tend to go blind to any numbers that isn't the particular one you're looking for. Ah. Next, I tweeze out individual hairs from my head, eyebrows, arms, legs, and groin. Each hair is prepared and placed into a microscope slide. Finally, I take clippings from my fingernails and toenails. Some I prepare onto 2 slides, some I put into test tubes for testing reactivity of various agents. Quite sleepy, but the time I've prepared all my specimens and I'm starting to think maybe I should freeze this lot, call it night. When I hear something moving around outside, I go and poke my head out, but it's too dark to see anything. Hello? Nothing. Somebody there? Do you want something? This place could be very creepy sometimes. Little diversions have made me feel much more alert. With my second wind, I decide to press on with my testing. I work steadily for the next hour and a half before I draw any conclusions. The short-term test results indicate that not much has changed from last time I did this. Clearly, I am not progressing very fast, which is a big relief. However, I can see some marked changes from before. Mostly these are based on the rate of cell growth and movement within the nail clippings and hair samples. Everything is growing more quickly. I'm a little disappointed not to have seen anything more informative, but remind myself to be careful what I wish for. I place the long-term testing at the back of the specimen fridge and will check on them in 24 hours. There's not much else I can do now. Clear away all of the equipment I have used and leave the place in exactly the condition I found it, and even Miss Marigold wouldn't suspect I'd been here. Oh, Dr. Luna, you'll totally love this one! Because yeah, you get some blood from your fingers, you need to actually get in the vein to get any data, or any veins in your fingertips, I suppose, so. I'm heading to my tent where I hear a noise coming from behind me from inside the lab. I walk back in and call from outside. Who's in there? Silence. I have security with me. I hear how ridiculous this sounds and curse myself for being idiotic. I walk into the lab, put the main light on, and am stunned to see the tests I put in the fridge out on the table. I have no idea what to do, so I put them back in the fridge, but this time I use the padlock on the fridge door. Nobody ever bothers with it. I've often wondered why it's even there. I don't want someone getting at my blood samples. Sorry it took so long to type that. YouTube keeps deleting stuff. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm too freaked out to think straight now. I need to go to bed. I turn towards my tent and there is a huge, dark outline of a man in my path. It's Zane. Evening? Evening? Working? Yep. Doing security? Yep. Good night then. Good night. As he turns to walk away, I catch him say, almost in a whisper, "There's the monthly stock take of the fridge tomorrow morning." I turn to ask what he means, but he's already gone. I realize I've been giving a helping hand, so I go back to the fridge and get my samples. I'll take them to my tent and see if I can't grab some ice from the mess kitchen on my way. Well, that was nice of him. We've made a friend in Zane, I think. Oh, I love Zane now. I was very like, you know, take him or leave him for a while there, because he just sort of doesn't want anything to do with us, but like, he's a nice guy. I like him. Alright, let's tagging and scanning. Here, kitty kitty. Well, on tag and scan rotation, the sun is beginning to set and the beach is cooler. This is hunting time, so in theory, more cats will be drawn out from their hidey holes. What even is this game? It's a cat dating simulator thing with mystery elements and a storyline between multiple characters. We've already had 3 characters turn into cats. We were just on a date with a cat and he was dissecting a bird. We were not expecting that. I blame Vivian. It's her fault we were doing that. Why though? Why not though? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, some catch my eye and lead them into the forest. Oh, here, kitty. Just me. Oh, hi, Kibbles. How's it going? Define it. Oh, what's that thing? Kibbles is already eyeing my chipping pen. Looks like a weapon. Is it a weapon? No! Well, kind of. You want me to show you how it works? Kibbles gives me an exasperated look. How dumb do you think I am, human? Look. You'd be doing me a huge favor if you let me use this thing on you. Oh yeah? Yeah. I don't think I can actually tag you twice. I need all the practice I can get. Well then, catch me if you can. Wait. I hear a yeah going through the forest as Kibbles seems to disappear before my very eyes. Impressive. How did you do that, Kibbles? Come back. I won't shoot you, okay? I'll even let you go if you can show me how you disappear so fast. Another cat. He won't come back now. There's more cats. New voice startles me. He likes the Scarlet Pimpernel? What? I turn to see a mid-sized brown-haired cat scratching at the trunk of a tree. Hello. That cat fell off the top of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. Wow. Wow. You turned into a cat again. Oh, hello. I don't think we've met before. My name is... I know who you are. Turntail. The island is buzzing with news about you. Turntail? What does that mean? I realize I'm gonna have to scan her. Kibbles leaps from nowhere and pins the new cat to the floor. Shoot her! Yeah! Oh my gosh. Sorry. This won't hurt. It's for your own good. So we can make sure you stay safe and healthy, and I seize my opportunity and move fast. I've already grabbed the scruff of her neck, and before I can finish speaking, I've pressed the pen between her shoulder blades and released the microchip. They're all done. Wasn't so bad, was it? Whoa, awesome. Can I shoot the next one? Oh my gosh. I doubt that, Kibbles. I wiggle my thumbs in his direction. Oh man, I gotta get some of those. Can I get up now? I have things to do. Kibbles. Remains pinned to the other cat. I reach for the spray bottle in my pocket and he leaps away with a laugh. Off you go then to do your things. Anything I can help you with? No, just duties. Let's get everything done. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to enter data for you in this catalog. How about I call you B? B? Because you're so busy? Busy B? Look, B. It would be good if I could get you to come to the camp to check you over and make a note of your details. If you want to drop by when you're free, that'd be great. Otherwise, I'll have to come back with a cat carrier. Not so great. I'll come by. I know the place. Alright. This one's called B now. So just sadistic cat. I mean, I suppose so. The cat slinks off. Do you know her, Kibbs? Kibbs emerges from his hiding place in the tree. Yeah, I know her. Is she okay? She seems a bit unhappy. Oh, she's fine. She's just like you is all. Like me? What do you mean? You're the scientist. You work it out. Jeez. Kibbs vanishes again. We should have dated him instead. He seems a little more fun at least. Rather than the major. Alright, well, now we have to romance. Well, we can rest first. But then we have to romance. So sassy indeed. I sit in the position Professor Popper taught me. Cross leg, back straight, wrists resting lightly on my knee. Oh, she's venting. Fingers form loose circles with forefingers and thumb touching gently. I close my eyes. You hear a rhythmic purring, slow and steadily. My fur prickles up the sea breeze, and my ears twist at the distant sound of feet on wood and seagulls crying in another faraway place. The smell of the sea fills my nostrils, the taste of the salt fills my mouth. I begin to focus on my breathing and the rhythm of my heartbeat, allowing my mind to drift. As I take a deep breath in, the tide comes creeping towards me, as though I'm pulling it. When it's just centimeters away from my bare toes, I slowly raise my outward breath to count 5 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, didn't you say the cat was doing a post-mortem on a bird? Yep. Yep, the cat was. Yeah. With each beat, I push the tide back into the horizon until it's almost touching the rising sun. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 5. Drifting now without attention to thought. My mind is free of worry and care. Okay, lovely. We rested. Now we're ready for more dating. And a date Floofy Butt. Alrighty then. I'm very concerned. Do hold your hand still, Kaya. I can hardly see a thing with you shaking like that. I held the binocular stable in front of Floofy Butt's tiny cat face. He looks ridiculous. It's like you're not even trying, Kaya. You're shaking like a leaf. My hands are totally steady, Major. Ever consider, like, it could just be your eyesight? I'll have you know I have keen eyes of a goat. Goats aren't exactly known for their vision, Major. Mayor. Interesting dream. That's just about the world full of urine? Oh, what can you see? I can only see a couple of Muellers. Lazing about, of course, scratching at their fleas. Filthy things, I tell you. Aha! What? One of the bigger ones is emptying its bladder. That could mean that they do eat and drink on a regular schedule. And... oh, he's Garfield in this. That's not Garfield, that's the Major. When we were able to find out where their water supply is, we could lace it with a mild sedative and bring the incapacitated sample to the beach and... please don't finish that sentence. No cat will be harmed during this mission. Oh please, the subject will not be harmed, just slightly bewildered for a day or two. But why, Major? Well, to examine it for a start. Also, I should like to see how they react when one of theirs goes missing for a chance. Major, I only agreed to help you with this on promise that you will not attempt to extend any kind of retribution on the elders. Examination is one thing, but if you can't keep your end of the deal, then I'm sorry, I'm going to have to withdraw. Okay, I'll just observe. Replace the binoculars in front of Floofy Butt's keen goat eyes. Well, what do we have here? Found something? I do believe I have. There's a few elders here who seem to be meditating. Meditating? Are you sure they're not just sleeping? Take a look, will you? Tell me they aren't meditating. I swear, if they're like... Oh. His eyes are so red. I know, right? I adjust the binoculars to suit my eyes, and I'm quite taken aback by what I see. Floofy Butt is right. The cats aren't sleeping. They are sitting in a circle around what is by far one of the stranger landmarks on the island. A large state of Bestet? Professor Palpern has always dodged my questions about what on earth a statue of the Egyptian cat goddess of war is doing on this island. I'm even more intrigued now. The cats seem to be listening or contemplating or even meditating? Well, Major, I'm sure that there's a perfectly good explanation for their behavior. Cats often behave quite strangely, I've found. Oh, there's strange, and then there's strange! My experience teaches me that the type of strangeness that this classifies as... that this class are affiliated with is beyond acceptable. I believe the only way to protect us all is total dissociation. Alright then. Major, do you hear yourself? We're here practically trespassing on their territory, so you can spy on them while they're doing whatever it is they're doing, and you want dissociation from them? One must know one's enemy, Kaya. His eyes are very red, yes. How are they your enemy, Major? They've never done anything to you. Oh no? Those Muellers are wholly responsible for the problems on this cursed island. It's about time they were held accountable. They are the carriers of the cat virus. If it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be afflicted with the illness. Oh, is that so? Because I distinctly remember it was you lot who deliberately put me in danger in the first place. The elders are cats. Just cats. Just cats, eh? Oh, I see. I realize what I've said, and although I didn't intend it the way the Major has taken it, I can see how wounded he is. I feel conflicted. On the one hand, I want to take a stand against his bigotry. It's not helping our progress, and I believe it may end up ruining our friendship. On the other hand, I know he has a good heart, and as Trixie says, he's just stuck in his ways, and it would be wrong of me to start pushing my views onto him. Perhaps I can lead by example and practice a little more tolerance myself. So, stand up for what we believe in, or be diplomatic and be quiet. Stand up for what we believe in! You know exactly what I mean, Major. Don't add me to your list of enemies. Oh no, you're not my enemy, Kaya. I'm just very disappointed to find out that you are as gullible as the others. Believing those creatures to be harmless, that we ought to embrace them with open arms. Those creatures, Major, please. You must stop this ridiculous thinking, or I may have to dissociate myself from you. Oh yeah, sorry, I haven't shown up in a while. Some stuff has come up. Domestic situation that is too volatile. Fair enough. I mean, I've been away for a while as myself, and I only just got back into streaming. Like, today's the second stream, and last stream was on the 7th, so I'm still just getting situated in my apartment and everything. That's why it's a little bit echoey. When normally it's not. I do not understand how such a seemingly intelligent human being can be so narrow-minded. I could say this very same about you, Major. Me? Narrow-minded? I've never heard anything more ludicrous. I have a voracious appetite for knowledge, for the things that interest you. Well, yes, but isn't that the case for all of us? As a scientist, I need to explore beyond what I want to know, beyond what suits my sensibility. Well, here I am, Kaya. Explore what I don't like one bit. He has a very smug look on his face that is very annoying. Magic Grape Twin. Rewind time? I don't know what's good. What's good with you? You don't notice an echo? Well, that's good. I did open the door, so I think that probably canceled out a good bit of it. When the door is closed, there's definitely an echo. Yeah, this is an epically epic game, for sure. Have you ever tried communicating with the elders? Fliffybutt scoffs loudly. Those Muellers do not share our language, Kaya. How exactly do you expect me to communicate with them? The very notion is laughable. Oh, is it? Here I am, Major, a human, having a two-way, somewhat intelligent discussion with a cat. Is that not laughable too? Fliffybutt goes uncharacteristically quiet. I cannot speak. How's the streams? Pretty good. Sorry, I sometimes stop halfway through and look over. I apologize. I sense I've hit a nerve and decide to retreat. Perhaps we're going to have to agree to disagree on this one, Major, or we'll fall out entirely. Quite. Thank you for joining me today, Kaya, but I can manage from here. Your assistance is no longer required. Okay, Major. I'll just put your binoculars here then, shall I? As you wish. I place them on a little patch of grass and step away. Flippybutt's eyes them and I watch his expression change as his dilemma dawns on him. He decides not to attempt using them while I'm watching. I'll leave you to it then. Yes, thank you, but I'm fine now. I shall be doing other reconnaissance. I'm better off alone. I feel bad for him and don't want us to part on an argument. I'm on feeding duty today. I'll keep something back for you. Come and find me later when you're hungry. Thank you, Kaya. Good afternoon. He's clearly going to take a while to get over this, and I don't want to make things worse, so without saying another word, the Tabby and I part ways. Your daughter's been sick and you've been taken home? Well, I hope she's okay. Keep me posted, okay? I want to know that she's okay. I do remember you, Magic Grape, but I can't remember how long ago it was that you were last on one of the streams. I'm having trouble placing you, but I do remember. As I make my way back to the camp, I go over what happened between us, wondering if I could have handled the Major better. Although I may have hurt his feelings, I feel satisfied that tough love was the right way to go. There's no way our friendship could progress without honesty and respect. I have every faith in him and that he'll come by later with his stomach rumbling. When his stomach's rumbling. Pneumonia is nothing light with a 4-year-old. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's nothing light for sure. Assassin's Creed stream, my goodness, that was a really long time ago. Been walking for ages, Major. I don't have much longer before they'll expect me back. Almost there. It needs to be as close to the danger zone as possible to deter the snoopers. Few cats, even fewer humans come this far out, which ensures that my deposits are safe. Deposits? It's an act of trust, you understand? I believe that our recent disagreement resulting reconciliation has made our bond of I know these words, I just cannot say them for some reason. Camaraderie stronger than ever, and I would like to solidify our reunion with the sharing of something quite private and important to me. I feel slightly awkward and mumble incoherently in response. Yes, well, what's past is past. Water under the bridge and all that. I am delighted, though, that you have reviewed and modified some of our stronger opinions, Major, and updated your map, so to speak. Indeed, though for the record, I'm still uneasy about the Mews elders, but I grant that finding a way to speak with them might prove more insight than I'd assume. The other streams you remember were the Sherlock Holmes stream, also way long ago, and the first stream was the Spider-Man on PS1. Oh man, I kind of want to play that again sometime. I actually really want to play that again sometime. One moment. Okay, my roommate is here. Go ahead, say hi.
Hello! Anybody guess who it is based off voice?
No. I've been looking for that game ever since, like, ever. The Spider-Man for PS1? Look up Spider-Man 2000, you'll probably find it.
I'm a part of the stream now.
You're a part of the stream.
Ugh.
The perfect man for the perfect job. I'm confused.
Talking about that chunky boy on screen.
Dr. Luna's like, I don't know, but hello.
Maybe this will be a hint. I got a quote on the...
I don't think you've met Dr. Luna.
Probably not, but...
Jordan! Oh, that's Enter Venom. Hey, Enter Venom! For some reason, I just assumed it was Jordan. I don't know why. I didn't read.
Maybe this will be the hint. No, he's dagging that though.
I did not spell social right. Man, dyslexia is a jerk. Did I spell it wrong again? Oh no, I just don't have the chat bot up. That would be the reason. Okay, that makes sense. My goodness. Can I delete my... I want to get rid of these. I want to remove my... this. Oh dear. Really on the same page now, Major. The chatbot will be up in a moment. Just do !social to get all the things.
Well, I'm gonna let you finish your stream.
Okay. Bye, roomie.
Bye.
Dr. Lou is like, who are you, strange person? That was Shiro. So there you go. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I might as well. We come to a halt. I can smell the pungent scent of the elder cats. I've not been this close to them since the first night. It makes me uncomfortable, but I feel surprisingly reassured to be with Floofy Butt. This is it. You must be completely silent now, so you will have to cease that unattractive sound you're making. I'm out of breath, Major. I can't help it. What I'm about to show you will take a long time and a lot of effort on my part. If anyone else should get wind of its whereabouts, or even its existence... Yes, okay, Major, I get it. I swear the most prestigious of pinky promises that I will not utter a word to anyone about whatever I see today. Floofy Butt seems satisfied and makes an effort to straighten itself out before motioning towards a large tree. Ahem. This, my dear, is my treasure. Oh my goodness, what a handsome tree you have there. How are you, Neko? Awesome! How about you? Very tall and proud looking. Congratulations. Oh, for goodness sake, come over here. Bluefoot leads me around the enormous tree to its hidden side, which has a large hollow in it that looks like it leads to a tunnel. Goodness God, man, are you digging an escape route out of here? What on earth are you twittering about? Use your eyes more and your mouth less, my dear. I noticed then that hidden in the dark recesses of the trees, an outline of a large object, which my eyes wouldn't allow me to see clearly. What is it, Major? Don't be shy, Kaya. Get in there and have a proper look. I have no choice but to crawl into the cavity for closer inspection. I run my fingers over the item and deduce that it's made of old splintered wood and has cold metal adornment on either side, so I use them to get out of the tree, and in the half-light I am somewhat unsurprised to see that it is an old-fashioned treasure chest. I would expect nothing less from the Major. Apparently just a treasure chest, alright then. Bluefoot is looking at me expectantly. Well, open it, my dear. You needn't worry about the lock, it's quite broken. Nice. I'm awesome because I've been sick all weekend. Sarcasm intensifies. Oh dear. I'm sorry, Ender Venom. Do as instructed, opening the box. Oh my giddy aunt, Major, how on earth? The chest is full to the brim of all sorts of shiny things. Jewels, gems, coins, trinkets, adornments, baubles, all manner of curious. Bluefoot lets out a low laugh. Allow me to regale you, human, with my vast adventures and conquests. I settle down and allow the Major's voice to wash over me as I play with some of the items of ribbon tree from the chest. Same here. Oh dear, you're both sick. Nice. Don't get me sick. Through the chat, don't get me sick. Because that's how that works now. Oh, that coin you're holding. There's a very interesting story attached to that. Do you know how old it is, Kaya? I do believe the date on it should still be legible. I remember the night I found it, I'd gone for a walk along the beach. It was very blustery and dark. I feel for the first time how exhausted I am. The walk has sapped me of all my energy, and as I fought with the elements, I look ahead and notice the sky is much darker. I'm lying down, although I don't remember doing so. Valiant and victorious to thunderous applause. Oh jeez. I hear a low grumbling sound, thunder, and a flash behind my now closed eyes. Surely it's a storm, but there's no rain. That's odd. No wet, just warm and dry and hard to breathe. The fellow defiant, you can't harm them, but the Muellers were already encircling. What? Like everyone's sick this weekend. Also hope you get better. And for like a month now, thanks. Sorry. Yeah, whatever is going around right now isn't great. Yeah, lots of people have been getting sick lately. Oh dear. Should really get up now. It seems my eyes won't open. That's a pity. There's a bit into the still beating heart. What? Do believe I'm paralyzed. That is a shame. I try to move my fingers. Nope. They're not listening to me. What? What is happening? That's awesome, Magic Grape. I would be so much more enthused if I was not so bewildered by what the frick is happening here. Back up, we have to get out of here this instant. Up you get, that's it, come on. As I come to, the world looks dark and disoriented. I must be walking between trees are passing my line of vision. My hands hurt. I look down at them and they are pressed firmly to the earth, one moving in front of the other. I must be crawling? I don't know how much time has passed, but I wake up on the sand. I inspect my blistered hands. Floofy is sitting next to me, facing the sea. Did I dream all that? Oh, you're awake. No, I'm afraid you weren't dreaming. What happened? It was my fault. I took you too close to the danger zone, and in your current state, you couldn't
Watch
handle
your
it.
profanity.
I didn't swear. I didn't swear. Oh, that's right. I forgot about the DLC thing. I probably should stream it sometime soon. In my current state, your feline transition is still in its early stages. It seems to be progressing particularly slowly in you. Nice. But I'm still very vulnerable to the effects of the Elder territory? Quite. I was foolish. I didn't think. I was too interested in myself and my stories. My treasure to protect you properly. Please forgive me. You put me in danger. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, that's awesome that you started streaming. I think anybody that wants to start streaming should just try it. See how it goes. Yeah. Well, everybody's trying all the things now. But it's okay, Major. Don't upset yourself. I had a lot of fun until the whole blacking out thing. Nice. Floofy Butt looks genuinely pleased. Really? I've been told I am a very good recounter. I don't know. One of the best. How much did you hear? I'm sorry? How many of my anecdotes did you hear before you succumbed? I'll be happy to repeat anything you missed. Oh no, really, Major. I'm fairly certain I heard them all. Well, if you're quite sure. That face. I am. Besides, I think I have a migraine coming on. Well, in that case, you must allow me to nurse you until you are fully recovered. Okay, Major, it's a deal. Major? Yes? Why do I have an earring in my hair? I had to pelt you with jewelry to get... I had to pelt you with jewelry to get you to wake up. Ah, of course. If you don't mind, Major, I think I need to get back to sleep. I'll lay back down in the warm sand and curl into a ball. I'll be here when you wake up. I drift off and dream. That's a guy's voice. I drift off and dream that I'm a cat. Nice. Alright. Roblox, the best game. I haven't played Roblox in years. It's entirely different than it was when I played it as a kid. And TF2? Oh, excuse me, sir. There are a lot of people that like TF2, so who knows? You might find a niche audience there. Speckles. All right. I've rushed out to the forest on Floofy Butt's insistence that I meet him at the location of his treasure chest. After the incident, we called on McMurphy and Kibbles to help us drag it to a new spot further away from the Elder territory. Major, are you okay? I was in the middle of preparing lunch when I received your urgent summons. Quite. I was plowing through my collection just now and couldn't help but reflect upon some of our adventures. Oh, so you dragged me away from the kitchen to reminisce? Indeed. I've grown rather fond of our expeditions together. I do seem to find more unique articles when you accompany me. You've trained me well, Major. Any advancement I've made in the treasure hunting field is entirely thanks to you. Yes. I mean, no! You have a natural ability. Rather impressive. You flatter me, Major. Marla, don't judge me! Don't judge me! Ah! I'm just a human girl dating a cat. There's nothing weird about this. Have a good one, Magic Great. See you later. Oh dear. You flatter me, Major. Not at all. I'm a fair cat. It is my belief that good work deserves just reward. Just well, it's a good story, okay? Reward? Indeed, and so I felt it would only be right to let you keep an item from my inventory, so that you may start a collection of your own. That's too kind of you, Major. I'm touched. Yes, well, let's have a look, shall we? You may choose whatever you like, my dear. Absolutely anything. I peer into Floopybutt's treasure chest. All the gems and bits of precious metals sparkle and glint in the sunlight. I gently move some more trinkets out of the way and dig deep for the good stuff. Wow! I grasp a red gem almost the size of my fist and wonder if it's a ruby, but before I can begin to examine it, Floopybutt has swiped it away from it with his paw. No idea what that's doing there. Okay. I need a picture cat theme, I guess. Yeah, cat theme. Yeah. I think I see how this is going to go. Anything else, Kaya? Whatever you like. How about this? I untangle a string of pearl, creamy and iridescent, clearly very good quality, even to my untrained eye. Floopybutt looks uncomfortable. Yes, they are rather special, aren't they? I do have a particular fondness for them. Let them off the hook as my eye catches sight of something dull and cheap looking. Major, what on earth is this? The filthy bottle sticks out like a stored thumb amongst the shiny baubles Floopybutt usually likes to collect. Oh, that! Heavens, I forgot all about that thing. It might suit you. If you shake it, you will hear something rattling about in there. I do believe it contains a note or a scrap of some kind. He's selling it to me. Okay, Magic Grape. That's enough selling yourself on my stream, thank you. Appreciate it. I have to Musette, I think that was her name. Yep, Musette already turned into a cat. That was episode 2? Or are we on 4 now? Yeah, that was totally episode 2 then. Probably episode 2 and a bit of 3? Maybe? Silly, really? Just gonna continue. Silly, really? I did get it into my head to find a way to open that bottle, but the cork is wedged in tight. Choose this to start my collection, Major. Really? That old thing? I tell he's absolutely delighted. Yes, and I have an idea how to open it. Go on, you have my attention. Wipe off my apron and loosely wrap it around the bottle, then smash it unceremoniously against the tree. Good gracious, Kaya! How lively of you! I have a feeling the real treasure is this. I carefully pick the parchment from amongst the shards of glass, cast a sensory eye over the faded scribbles. Genuine message in a bottle. This could fill in so many blanks about the history of this place. A piece of paper? Oh, Major, this is not just a piece of paper. This is better than anything I could have hoped for. Oh, if that's what you deem to be treasure, then please be my guest. Thank you very much, Major. I grin from ear to ear. I must go now, though. I'm late for dinner duty. I excitedly kiss Floopybutt on his furry head before dashing back to base. Actually, it's the same playthrough. You just there was Mews, he turned into a cat. Musette turned into a cat. There was a third person that said that I was like, oh yeah, what if I say no to helping them out? And then it was like the end, and then I'm like, oh, so they turned into a cat, and now we're on a fourth person called Kaya. Yeah, so that's a thing. We're about to romance Floopybutt to death. Okay, not to death, but you know what I mean. So I used my Sunday off to try my luck at treasure hunting. This theme though. There must be untold riches in these shipwrecks that Major hasn't got his paws on yet. When I was a kid, I used to love, Madarking? And the barks of the thing. How different could this be? As I approach the nearest wreck, I hear the sounds of a harsh argument. There are only a couple of cats I could think who would be all the way out here at this time. I know McMurphy is relaxing near the mess tent, hoping that Mr. Marigold will take pity on him and feed him a bit of tuna. Major is asleep in the forest. I checked on him while on my way here. As far as I know, none of the other cats ever bother with this place. So that leaves the elusive, quarreling captains. I decide to lie low and see if I can make out what's being said. Is this game worth it? It's definitely an interesting storyline, honestly. Like, I don't know what it currently costs on Steam. Purrfect, it's $10. Maybe wait for it to like go on sale, because it probably goes on sale every so often. But yeah, I mean, it's like the same price as like other similar dating sims. Oh dear, I just saw that. Nekomews. Yeah. Someone had told me I should play that. I'm concerned. It concerns me greatly. That's a whole crate of grog gone. If you aren't drinking it, who is? I'm offended. I wouldn't dream of touching your reserves, Captain. I'm just as flummoxed as you are. A likely story. I see how you was when was driving up. You had that look in your eye. Visions of Mac looting all the grog he could carry flash before my eyes, and I'm overwhelmed with guilt. I should explain this situation to restore the peace. I don't want to drop Mac in it either. Maybe you should take the hint. Hello, I couldn't help overhearing you. What are you doing eavesdropping? People can lose their ears for less than that. Now, Livy, let's not scare our visitor. How are you? All I trust. Yes, thank you. I'm sorry that I just happened by and you were rather loud. I shall forget what I heard and go about my business. What business would that be? Having copped out of owning up about the grog, I certainly don't fancy telling Captain Livy that I'm treasure hunting. That would go down like a lead balloon. I think quick. I'm building a sand castle. Both cats stare at me blankly. It's a kind of game. You have to make a castle out of sand. It sounds just as idiotic to me as I hear myself saying it. It's great fun. Perhaps you'd like to join me. Hadouken! You can't Hadouken sand castle. It's not allowed. You can't Hadouken the cats either. Also not allowed. To my surprise, both cats inch forward and begin to put together the most topsy-turvy sandcastle I've ever seen. That was a lovely rest day. Alright, time to have Floofy Butt ask me to marry him or something. This is happening. Oh dear God, what have I done? I'm taking a late stroll along the beach, walking off my dinner, when I spot a familiar shape in the distance. Major? He begins slinking away, but I'm sure he must have heard me. Hey, wait! Floofy Butt stops, makes no move towards me. His face still. Oh, Kaya, I was just enjoying this lovely evening. It's dark and stormy. Is everything okay? He seems very distracted. Yes, all is in good order. I haven't seen you in a while. A paranoid person might think they were being avoided. Well, it's a good thing you're not paranoid then, isn't it? I suppose so. There is an awkward silence. Well, must be getting on. Nice to catch, you know. There aren't any mice here, Major. Just a turn of phrase, Kaya. But I'm sure you have things to get on with. Actually, I have some time, if you'd care to stroll together. The Ginger Tom shifts uncomfortably. Actually, I have other plans. Really? He's not forthcoming with details, and just as I expect, he's making up excuses. I hear a long, yowling sound coming from the direction of the forest. Then, to my surprise, Floofy lets out a similar call, and his demeanor changes. Sorry, Kaya. I really must go. Oh, I see. The penny finally drops, and I realize he has a date with another cat. Oh no! I feel rather embarrassed. Hi, Major. I'm pleased for you. Really? Of course. I must say, I'm glad to have your blessing, Kai. I believe you and I have become good chums over the time we've spent together here. I rather think you would like my new companion. They're so forward-thinking, they're always endeavor to challenge a lazy prejudice. I think you're rude. I do, Major. It sounds like you found a real catch. I noticed a slight feeling of regret rise within me, but tried to muster up a smile. Thank you, Kaya. You're a good friend. But his eyes are focused on where the sound came from, and I can tell he's itching to go. Have fun, Major. Or rather think I will. And off he darts, moving faster than I've ever seen him move before. I stand still for a moment, watching the place he's disappeared to, and I feel a wave of utter loneliness wash over me. Wow, that's sad. You live somewhere else now? Me too. I mean, I didn't move that far, but I have an apartment now. Again. 42% done with our research. And this will, once we're done with this part, we'll end the stream there. So, last part of our research, and then we're going to turn into our cat. Aw, man, we're going to be alone. Probably because we answered that one question wrong. Well, not wrong, but like we didn't... I don't know. I've been warned that despite their small size, the cats can be... Yeah, so, very hungry kitties. You've moved across the entire country and live in LA now. Wow. Dang, Marla, that was quite the move. I hope everything's going well. It's too early. The world isn't meant to be seen before 7 o'clock. These early mornings are still a shock to me, but I'm hitting my stride quicker. I like to get the kittens fed and cleaned out before my breakfast. And it's easier to do it before the rest of the camp is awake, as there's less distractions. I prepare the mush, and my stomach turns as the milky scent smell so early in the day. I get the stab tray. I get the swab tray. Wow. I get the stab tray ready. Get the swab tray ready and grab a handful of kitty treats. Hello, babies. Appearance of cage and sleeping kittens, so cute. They're just waking up and ready for breakfast. I do a quick head count. 12. Good. No one tunneled out in the night. Come on, then. Let's get you swabbed and fed. Nom nom. I grab the first sleepy kitty, no more than a puff of fluff, and as it opens its mouth to yawn, I dart in with a swab and bottle it, and on to the next fur ball. You're getting good at this, says Trixie. Oh, Trix, you're up early. Going to bed late, actually. I like Trixie. She's my kind of cat. From Nashville, Tennessee to Los Angeles, California. It's a really long move, as I am terrified of heights, so nope to planes. I'm scared of heights too, like really afraid of heights, but for some reason I've been on a plane before and that really didn't bother me. I even had the window seat. I'm not even sure how that works. Yeah, I keep swabbing in no time, all 12 little kittens in feeding cage and have begun cleaning out the sleeping area. Aw, cute. How long will they stay here for? I'm not sure. Generally they're kept here for about 10 weeks and then some are released back into the wild immediately, but some are moved to be examined further. I'm still getting the hang of how it all works around here. It's a shame they aren't all released, isn't it? Yes, I suppose so. But they'll all be released eventually, just some later than others. You think so? Well, yes, unless they're very poorly like Ravenclaw. Trixie winces at the mention of the Black Cat's name. Very few of those kittens actually get released into the wild, Kaya. What do you mean? Of course they do, as long as they're healthy. Oh wow. And you know this, do you? You release them yourself? Well, no. But Professor Pawprin told me that the kittens get discharged at between 10 to 12 weeks. Oh, I see. Trixie smiles, but it looks fake. If I were you, I'd tag one of this litter. Oh no, they're too young for tagging. You will have to wait until they're at least 12 weeks. That one over there, he looks very healthy. I'm sure if you tagged him, you'd be able to see for yourself what happens to the healthy kittens. Let's go to answer. I hear the breakfast bell in the distance. Oh, Cinderella has to fly. The calico cat is gone as quickly as she appeared. Come on then, kitties. Let's get you back into your nice clean cage. Tag or don't tag. Ooh. can't help but think about what Trixie has said. She seems genuinely concerned, and there must be some basis for that. After all, she has been here a lot longer than me, and maybe tagging one of these kittens wouldn't be such a bad idea. What would be the harm? Have a good one, Enter Venom. We'll probably be done in like 5 minutes or so. We're gonna tag. I want to see where that goes. Me too. Come on then, back to before I even finish my sentence, my hand has grabbed the chipping pen and I've tagged the plump gray male cat. Probably silly, but it wouldn't harm you. It would teach me something useful. There we go, we tagged the key. Research number 7. In that case, I'll stay. Yay! I'm stuck on my bunk looking around at the empty tent that has been my home for the past 8 weeks. It's an astonishing how much rubbish you can accumulate in such a short period of time. It's taken me hours, but I finally sorted everything out and have my bag packed. In some ways, I wish I was staying, but I know if I'm going to make any more progress on the antidote, I'll need expert help, the kind I can only get on the mainland. So it's time to head out. Oh, she's not turning into a cat. It's time to head out. There's just one thing left to do. I make my way to the place where Floofy Butt and I have spent so much time together. I was hoping I would find him here, nosing through his collection of treasure and artifacts. The hollowed out tree looks almost sad, neglected. I remain a safe distance to avoid the effects of the danger zone, but even from this far, I get the feeling the Major hasn't been here for quite a while. I'm gutted. I wanted to say goodbye in person. Major, are you here? When satisfied he's nowhere around, I take out the small pillow I made from one of my t-shirts. It doesn't seem a lot, but I put so much effort into making it. I've stitched our names in a little heart, and I drew some— oh no! I drew some seagulls around the edges and stuffed it with catnip. I thought it might appreciate a bit of comfort with his advancing years. I only hope Snooty Booty doesn't get her paws into it. What? Oh. Not that Snooty Booty and him are together, because you're right. You missed the whole stream? It's only 4:12. I did start the stream really early. It's actually for me 8:14 though. So not that early actually. I started it at 6 p.m. I placed it at the foot of the mighty tree under a couple of palm leaves and make my way to the dock without looking back. Joe, the strange boy who runs the ferries with his dad, Bob, is waiting on the jetty. You're almost late. I'm not in the mood for his nonsense today. I feel miserable. But I'm not though, am I, Joe? Almost late is not late. Something got your goat? I ignore him and make my way onto the boat. Yeah, I would have started at 2 p.m. for you. Yeah. Sorry. Just as we begin navigating our way out of the open water, something on the land catches my eye. I just make out the shape of a fluffy orange blob waving from the end of the jetty. Oh my goodness! I wave back frantically. Someone came to see you off? Yes, it's the Major. Bye, Major! It's been an adventure. I see no one. You're going a bit mental? Look just there, the ball of orange, the tomcat. He was gone very quiet when I glare at him. He's eyeing me suspiciously. Oh, that's a shame. What? Dad? Something wrong, son? This one's sick. I don't understand. I'm fine. Bob appears from the driver's cabin. They know about it. That's right, son. You take care of the steering wheel. Good lad. Joe does as he's told, leaving Bob and I face to face. Is there something wrong, Bob? I'm afraid there is. It's not personal. I happen to like you. He reached into his pocket and is aiming something that looks like a pistol at me. I laugh nervously. This must be some kind of prank. It's just, we can't have you going back to the mainland and infect normal people, can we? Before I answer, everything goes black. What the frick? We only had one successful date with Flippy Butt. Ending achieved. Major let down. Oh dang. Wow, that was not the ending I had anticipated. Where the hell you died? Indeed! Indeed. I told you this game is like, this game is weirdly there's an actual like storyline to this dating sim, and it's kind of intriguing. So we're definitely gonna be finishing this whole game. We were just shot because we were sick, because we were gonna turn into a cat. Bizarre. I'll try to stream tomorrow. I do have the day off from work, so it should be a little bit easier because I gotta go to work in an hour and a half here. So with that, I'm gonna quit to the menu. I'm going to put up the outro, and thank you guys very much for watching and hanging out, and I hope you had fun with this very bizarre cat dating sim with strange storyline and actual mystery elements and stuff. I don't know, it's bizarre. Make sure you follow on Discord if you actually want to know when I stream, because YouTube's notification system is not great. Right. Have a good one, everybody. I'll see you later. Bye!